fallen into the rabbit hole of anime, K-pop, or dim sum. And naturally, you're getting drawn into the language. But before you sign up for that Korean Duolingo course or pay £1,000 for that Japanese class, hajima, because this can cause you years of your life. There's a problem that no one tells you about. Choosing the wrong language can actually cost you years of wasted effort. We'll dissect a Reddit post a bit later. And yet, some people seem to learn all three. How? Well, in this video, we're gonna find out which language you should pick, and for the ambitious, how you could potentially learn all three. We don't have a language issue, we have a commitment issue, let's be honest. And we need to dissect this first to understand how polyglots work. You know, those people who know like 5 or more languages, like what the heck? In fact, these JLPT textbooks, it's a bit worn and torn. But I literally asked for these on my birthday, like an actual weeb. But then a month later, they got dusty because you want me to study in my extra time. Some girlies out here keep collecting them like Pokemon while we're just struggling with one. So the secret actually is something that most language learners overlook entirely. And so I came across this Reddit post recently that left me a bit shooketh. It's about a guy who grinded Japanese for years, like every day, doing his Anki set for years. And then he just suddenly quit. And we'll get to why he quit in a second. But what does this tell us? That's not discipline that keeps you going. Which is strange because, you know, this is the mindset that we're drilled into, which is like, you have to consistently work on something. So the Reddit post further explains that the guy started Japanese because he wanted to work in Japan. And he thought like the tech hub would be amazing. If you look at the yen right now, it's a bit red, you know, it's a bit on a downward trajectory. Plus, he also got a fancy software engineering job in America, and over there got that coin. So yeah, the reason he started learning Japanese no longer applies to him, and so he fell out of love. Which made me think, how many of us have started a language or something new, like totally hyped, to realize like it just ain't it anymore. Maybe your spark disappeared after something traumatic happened, or you've simply just grown out of what drew you in. And losing this spark can set you back years of wasted efforts. So how do polyglots stick to one of them long enough for them to even master them? Surprisingly, it's not about starting over with a new language. It's actually about finding new ways to stay excited within that same language. So switch up the challenges, watch more movies in that language, join communities, or find other ways to practice. And on this channel, we try and make languages fun, so come join us. これは私の神社だよ。かわいいワイフ。お父さん But it's very pretty. 綺麗だね。ごめんね。But by now you're saying, I've tried all these new methods, you dumb schmuck, but I still quit. Why is that the case? Well, so there's still one more trick that we gotta understand. Unlike the Reddit post story, polyglots know how to avoid this trap. They actually do something a bit different. Something that keeps them moving forward in the language even when the excitement fades. So you might have heard the word immersion being thrown around. Immersion just gives you that constant stream of novelty that keeps the language exciting for you. You're constantly learning new phrases and learning more about the cultures. 생각해봐, 你有一个男朋友, 一个남자친구, and they like text you again and again. This is basically Zen. I want to talk to you so much. According to my Google Translate.
많이 이야기해보고 싶다. 메신저에 서보자.
It's a little bit flirtatious, and this is literally the first day. Usually if this is a real person, it's very I may. Okay, you gotta go. We'll accept it because 他很好看. So polyglots immerse themselves through watching movies, making friends, or even traveling to that country. I'm not saying buy plane tickets right now because where's your money? I'm sorry, I was just projecting. But you can start small. Write a journal entry in your target language, watch that K-drama, join an online community where people speak that language. This is what's really insane. Like, mastery of a language isn't about how hard you study, but how much pleasure or joy you derive from that studying. So it's not that we're lazy. Like that guy in the Reddit post, man, he's grinding every day. But we are using dopamine the wrong way. So how do polyglots hack the system? What's really going on in there? Let's say you're learning the piano, and if you're a complete beginner, a complete novice, everything is tough. You need to learn how to read the notes, improve your finger dexterity. But if you're already pretty good, you're just focusing on creating and playing the music. And that feels much better, even though you're spending the same amount of efforts. Why is that? The closer you are to a goal, in this case, learning a piece on the piano, the more rewarding the process becomes, and you get that dopamine rush, you know what I'm saying? So in that Reddit post, the guy stopped Japanese even though he had all the discipline of everyday studying. But he still felt no progress to his goal, which was, to get a tech job in Japan. So how can we achieve this constant dopamine rush that polyglots seem to have? Well, let's look at how polyglots study. How do they cram 20 languages in a year? Like, what's going on? Recently, a YouTuber slipped. And I was there. There's this YouTuber called Lindybot. In a year, she studies 10 languages. And I'm like, hold up, women. Hold up, what is going on? But we figured it out. And you can definitely study 3 at a time. Calm down, but yes, you can. So with her system, Lindy doesn't actually study 10 all at the same time. She splits her year into quarters. And every quarter, she focuses on 3 to 4 languages at a time. Now, this depends on the person, but every quarter, you can alternate your languages. Spend a month on one language, or alternate per week, or alternate per day, or even within a day, split your morning, afternoon, and evening blocks for different languages. The underlying principle here is focus, which is weird because polyglots literally know the most languages, right? So how are they focusing? Well, they're doing so by prioritizing a language at a time. And by prioritizing, they create a cycle of progress where they learn, unlock a new word, they feel good, and then they keep progressing in that language and getting closer to their language goals. And this provides that dopamine rush that keeps them going. And what's really cool is that focusing on one language naturally allows you to unlock the rest through stacking. So stacking is where you use one language to learn another.
아 진짜야? 用中文翻译.
정말요. 저 사실 와 진짜 무서웠어요.
와 진짜 정말.
했는데 끝나자마자 길드장 형 연락이 와서 급하게 집에 왔어요.
누구
아직 포기
translate
못한 모양이에요.
빨리.
이번엔
No, I missed. 说什么? Anyways, I like his voice, kind of sexy입니다.
Let's say you're an intermediate in Japanese. Its grammar uses particle systems. And this is similar to Korean. They also share an alphabet with the Chinese. So this, my friends, this is kanji. It's not Chinese Hanzi. Which means, whilst you focus on the language actively, the others don't necessarily have to fall behind. You can still passively enjoy your Korean dramas or Chinese Bilibili live streams.
Ew. Look, the cat is so ugly, man. It's impossible. I don't get it.
Alright, so the big question is which one should you choose? Chinese, Korean, Japanese? Like, you're talking about focus, so I gotta choose one, right? And if you want me to focus, it has to be something I can 100% commit to. I'm not here to waste my time. So let me give you a 3-step framework for choosing. Step 1, what is your end goal? Is it for career prospects? Is it for watching Korean dramas without subtitles? Are you planning to travel there? If you know the why, it'll be more easier for you to stay motivated when things inevitably, wow, I think I should add English to my list of languages. Inevitably become complicated, a bit murky. Step 2, who do you already know? If you've got friends or family who already speak the language, man, you got an unfair advantage right here.
我不是一个太称职的朋友，我每个月才发一次。It's bad, but also 我的英国朋友 as well. It takes me like 3 to 4 working days. It's bad. I'm sorry. I'm work in progress.
And even if you don't have friends who are Chinese, Korean, Japanese, take a look at your social media. Who do you follow? What kind of faces do you see? And if you guys don't have any Asians on your feed, we need a tag. By having people to practice with makes learning much more satisfying. Number 3, spend a day doing your normal things, but notice what you lean towards. If you go through your manga, that's a sign. Sing some K-pop or even eat that dumpling. Ask yourself, could I stick with this long term? So follow your gut. You may enjoy these things even more if you start understanding the language. And so it's not about committing forever. It's about setting you up for that momentum. Choose one, make progress, and what you learn can spill over to the others. If you constantly switch and you don't have a system in place, like the stacking or alternating every day, you might feel overwhelmed and a bit stuck. So let me know in the comments which language is your pick and what drew you in. And hey, if you're still feeling stuck on how to make progress, I made a video outlining my 2025 goals and breaking down my strategies for learning Chinese, Korean, and Japanese. But remember that you're never alone on this language journey. It's difficult, but we can suffer through it together. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.